Alright, y'all, we'll let everybody get in, and then I'll take this thing off here in a minute because I don't need it in my backyard. Just wanted to show it off a little bit. Welcome, Catalina. Welcome, Tammy. It's Mr. Kadrick. Much love, brother. Alright, enough of that. The updated version. Welcome, Scott, Rachel. It's all about safety. All about safety in the apocalypse. Brother Kyle. What's up, Matt? Yeah, and the cool thing about the mask is it actually holds an N95 mask on the inside that you can change in and out. So this is what I go to Walmart and Walgreens in just to say hi to my neighbors. My sister Tiffany, Mr. James, welcome y'all. Welcome, 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 welcome. Ani, hey. There's Annie, welcome y'all. Welcome to the Demon's Tea Room. Come in, pull up a chair, guys. Sit down, grab you a cup of tea, fill up your flagons at the Red Dragon. Have a seat. Because today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects. Dead hookers. One of Mad Dog McCrae's favorite conversations too, Miss Myra. She's all about her dead hookers. Good afternoon, Jen. Hey, James. Pablo, what's up? What's up? Melissa, welcome y'all. Welcome. Missouri has snow. Yeah, you can keep that. No. My brother Daniel. I tell everybody that listens, I'm like, I don't live in a speed bump for hurricanes to deal with that white crap that falls out of the sky. No. Every now and then, we'll go snowboarding. Then we'll come back. I'm totally good with that. There's my brother Chris, a.k.a. The Ghost. There's my sister, Miss Julie. Much love, y'all. Much love. Miss Teresa. Oh, no, Ghost. It can escalate much quicker than that. You know me. Dead hookers. It just rolls off the tongue. Dead hookers. And we got a lot of them here in New Orleans. All right, y'all. So, give everybody just a minute or two to get in and have a seat, grab the drinks. Again, to all of my nurses and paramedics and doctors out there on the front lines, my workers at the retail shops, the Walmarts, the Walgreens, the Rouses, the whatever you have in your neck of the wood, mad respect to all of you guys out there on the front line, still having to go out there in the world and keep the things flowing and keep us going. All right, so mad love and respect, y'all. Words don't cover it. So today, y'all, here in the Demon's Tea Room, we're going to talk about a heroin friend of mine. I say friend of mine. I think I've ran into her there in Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery a couple times. But she's somebody that technically, once you start diving off into the history here in the city, really ballsy lady in a time when that wasn't a thing. And who I'm talking about, and she's known as Miss Josie Arlington. Now, give you guys, like I said, I'm still working. We're going to go into some updates on the studio and stuff, so I haven't gotten all fancy and stuff with being able to pop up pictures yet, so we're going to go old school. This right here is the lovely Miss Josie Arlington. Now, Miss Josie Arlington was born here as Mary Dublé, born to German parents. And she was born around the 1870s, somewhere in that area. They're not too quite sure on when her actual birth date was. Now, we know that Josie actually started working as a prostitute over off of Gallatin Street and then in those areas around 1881. Now, Josie, at the time, she opened up a brothel there at 172 Custom House Boulevard. Now, her brother and her husband at the time ended up getting a fight, still disputed on what happened. No charges were ever really technically filed, but it ended up that her husband of the time shot her brother, some altercation, killed him deader than hell. So Josie kind of went off to her own thing for just a short period of time. This was in November of 1890. Now, around we're going to jump ahead to around the late 1880s, early 1890s. One of our congressmen here in town, a gentleman by the name of Alderman Story, had the bright idea that he wanted to clean up the city of New Orleans at that time. Gallatin Street, Smoky Row, those areas. And his idea was to grab all the houses of prostitutions, all of the gin joints, all of that, and move it into a 16 by 16 block area right at Canal and Basin Street, known as, and ended up eventually being called, Storyville. Much to Alderman Story's chagrin. He was not happy with the fact that they named it after him, but he came up with it, so bada boom, bada bing, Storyville is born. Now, this was our red light district. Prostitution wasn't legal, but it was looked the other way. Hey Sabrina, welcome. So, it was looked the other way. Storyville is born. Now, right before Storyville starts to take off, Josie had made really good friends. Let me make sure I get his name right here. Don't want to mess this up. Right here in my notes. Mr. Tom Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Now, Anderson owned a bar there in the area that was going to become Storyville, and he slipped that information to Josie and her husband under the table. So Josie was able to get her hands on a 4-story framed mansion at 225 North Basin Street. It was very easily definable. If you go and you look at pictures of Storyville, has the onion style tops on the roof of the house. And she set up operations there in Storyville. Now, the renovations on the house reportedly ran about $5,000 in that time period. Huge chunk of change. Now, what she established was formerly known as the Chateau Labrano de Arlington. But locally, here in town, it was known as the Arlington. Now, this was a very pinky up, high-end establishment called a $5 house at the time. Now, she had brought in 10 or 12 girls from all over the world, had them set up in the house of ill repute. And as I said, it was a $5 house. Now, it's also reported and historically documented that she would host live sex circuses for an extra fee. You could come in and watch said sex circus. So, sounds like an average Saturday night at Burning Man. But one of her things is she had the reputation of, in that time, no depravity. She would not, and she was known for this, allow virgins to work in her facility. Now, Arlington, keep in mind, Storyville went all the way up into 1917. So Josie passed away in 1914, before the collapse of Storyville. And we'll go into more detail on the stories of Storyville in a later episode. But suffice it to say, the downfall to our red light district here in New Orleans, Storyville, was in 1917. Keep in mind what was just getting ready to kick off for us here in the United States, World War I. And the city of New Orleans was a debarkation point for our boys going to war in Europe. Well, Department of the Navy started to realize that our boys departing to go overseas to fight the Hun were starting to show up over there with elevated STD tests. So, Department of the Navy came back, told the city of New Orleans, you either shut down Storyville or we pull our contract as a debarkation point and we go somewhere else. So, city of New Orleans, excruciatingly high amount of money, said, all right, shut it down. And they shut down Storyville, and all of that filtered right back out into the city. But back to Miss Arlington. Now, keep in mind that because of the operation that Josie had, she became excruciatingly wealthy. Lots of money. To the point that under the table, the city agent, the city would go to Josie and ask for loans to bail out. Right, Daniel? Leave it to the Navy to mess things up. Damn squids. The city would go to her and ask for loans to bail out the city coffers. She had the money to do it. Now, also keep in mind that no matter how hard she tried, much like the unsinkable Molly Brown with the legends and the lore of the Titanic, no matter how much money she had, the upper crust of society, the blue bloods, would never consider her an equal. They always looked down their nose at her, as was always the case, even though she had more money than most of them put together. So, Josie decided to stack the deck just a little bit for the time when she passed away. So what Miss Arlington had done, keeping in mind, she ran her own business. Her husband was nowhere around. He had bailed. So she ran her own business. She was a businesswoman in a time when that wasn't very widespread. So she decided to stack the deck for when she passed away. So she went down to Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery, which was where all the blue bloods were buried. That's where Millionaires Row is located, by the way. And she decided to buy a plot right by the front gate. She paid to have money, or she paid to have dirt brought in, and she had this mound built. Then she imported bright red Italian marble from Italy, had it shipped over here for an excruciating amount of money, and had her tomb built, which, more for our high-tech techno here, is right there. Now, she had said, when everybody started throwing fits about her putting in her tomb right there, she said, oh, no. You look down your nose at me in life. Now you get to look down, now I get to look down my nose at you in death. Because her tomb is higher than everybody else's and sitting right there at the entrance so the entire world can see it as a big have a nice day to the blue bloods here in the city of New Orleans. Well, Josie passes away, 1914. And here comes some of our puppies. There's little Portia from upstairs. Hi, Portia. So, Miss Arlington passes away, 1914. She is interred there in Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery. And her common-law husband at the time, hey, Miss Jessie, I miss you, much love. She's interred there in her tomb. Now, she set aside, here in the city of New Orleans, in our tombs, we have what is known as perpetual care. Now, perpetual care means that you pay whoever owns that piece of property that the cemetery is sitting on to take care of your tomb in perpetuity. And she paid for that service. Now, unfortunately, her common law husband, partner, whatever you want to call him, not long after Josie had passed away, started hooking up with Josie's cousin. And they very, very, very rapidly start burning through all of the vast amounts of money that Josie had set aside to take care of her tomb and all of her things after death. So, not long down the way, they end up going basically bankrupt. They bankrupt the account. There is no money to take care of the Arlington tomb there at Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery. Now, legend has it that for a long time, if you stood on specific nights right out in front of the Arlington tomb, that red Italian marble would glitter and shimmer in the light, much like red light district. Now, it's kind of been debunked just a little bit that there was a street light just across on the feeder road right there of I-10, that street light, pre-I-10, of course, but when that street light would come on, the reflection would cause that marble to shimmy. Now, that's been kind of debunked, but now the next one, not so much really. Now, keep in mind, and you guys can see it here in the picture, more high-tech here. You guys see this right here. This is a bronze statue. Now, legend says that the statue was placed there as knocking on Josie's tomb, and it's a virgin. Josie, being never having virgins in her facility, is not allowing entrance. Here's where it gets interesting. Is we have multiple reports throughout the years, and just till recently, that statue moves. There's video out there that people have caught it with its head starting to turn. Now, even the sextons that work there at Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery have reported seeing that statue move. So I have a theory. Keep in mind, just a theory. Can't prove it, but it's a theory. And that theory is, keep in mind that when her fortune was squandered, a few years later, perpetual care wasn't being paid for anymore. Josie was exhumed out of her tomb and re-entombed in the ground in the back of Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery in the Poppers Field. I think she might have a slight issue for that in an unmarked grave. So, is it a huge stretch to think maybe that statue now holds the soul, spirit, Miss Josie Arlington? And every now and then, she makes a walk through the cemetery, try and find her body, because nobody knows where it's at. It's in an unmarked grave in the grounds. Now, the current owners of the Arlington tomb removed her name. They get very, very defensive if anybody's over in that area taking pictures, taking tours through Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery and stopping in front of the Arlington tomb, which still hasn't stopped me. So, what are you going to do? Kick me out of the cemetery? But keep in mind, in the paranormal community here in the city of New Orleans, Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery is reportedly one of the most haunted and paranormally active cemeteries in the city of New Orleans, which, being where we are, 35 active cemeteries in the city of New Orleans alone, and those are just the ones we know about that are still active. It's a pretty intense title, being the most active cemetery in the city of New Orleans. It's not uncommon, even in the bright afternoon of the sunlight, to go walking through Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery and pick up EVPs, pick up shadow figures moving across and behind the tombstones and above ground mausoleums in that area. If you guys go on my YouTube channel, you go back to the Ghost Hunting 101 video that I put out a few months ago. Oh, here comes our babies from upstairs. Hi, guys. Hi, Bobby. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Bye, sweetheart. Those are the babies from upstairs. The gentleman you saw running here real quick is my brother Marcus. We're all holding down the fort here in our little abode with all the puppies. But it's not uncommon while in there. Like I said, if you guys go back and look at my old video on YouTube when I did the Ghost Hunting 101 video, it was filmed there in Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery. So you can kind of watch the video. Of course, try and listen to me a little bit, but watch the video and you can see a little bit of Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery. It's gorgeous, gorgeous cemetery. So, is it a huge leap of faith to think that Josie is still walking around Metairie Lake Lawn Cemetery, still walking around, snubbing her nose at those blue bloods that look down their nose at them for so long? So, just a little quick little ghost story and history of, as Moira likes to say, one of our dead hookers here in the town. I have mad respect for this lady. You guys know me. Anybody who can pull themselves out of the dirt and then doesn't take the blue bloods sticking their nose down them because they're not good enough, that's a hero in my book. She earns that title. So that was a little short one today, y'all. Now, before I let you guys go, we got a lot planned for you guys. I want to get you guys updated. Oh, look, we are graced by Miss Gabrielle Faust, world-famous author. I am humbled. Much love. What's up, Rebecca? Want to update you guys here fairly soon, within the next couple days. I won't be doing the live feeds from out here. We're setting up the studio inside the house, making it all nice and pretty for you guys, because that's also where we're going to be starting to do my live streams there on Mixer and some of our other YouTube videos that aren't Facebook Live. So we're getting the studio set up, and I'll invite you guys into DaCosta, into the Hobbit Hole, and let you guys see the Star Wars wall and everything we're going to have going in there. On that note, you guys can do me a huge solid. Go on Mixer. You can find my page. We will post up a link to that here in the chat, so you guys can know when we go live. We do our live streams. Not only are we going to be doing paranormal activity on there, paranormal stories and ghost hunting and all that, but we are also going to be doing some leather working, props, and costume building kind of come in. The nice thing with the live feeds is you guys can come in real time, hang out. You guys can watch what I'm working on. We can talk. You guys, Mixer is a streaming service there, Miss Tiffany. You'll hear people talk about Mixer or Twitch. I'm going to be on Mixer. Primarily, it was originally used for gamers. You've seen gamers get on there where they'll have their little video, like down here in the corner. You can see them sitting there, and the game will be up on the screen, and they can play and show them playing, gaming and all that. There is a small but growing community of creatives who are now using Mixer and Twitch to be able to work on gear, teach, let you guys hang out and all that, and be able to stream at the same time, so that we can kind of have this little gathering, so to speak. So it's taking a gamer technology and programs and using them for what we want to use them for as creatives. Yes, Nanners, there is an app for that. It's called Mixer, and you can find it. You can listen on the app as well as comment and that sort of thing. And once we've gotten it, huge mad respects to Batty, my techno witch. She has been spending the past couple of days till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning helping me getting up to speed, as well as Tank, to do this new technology that I'm not used to. So this is a new thing for me. So I want you guys to come along with me on this journey as we bring this into our toolbox of things, of ways to get together and hang out and partake stuff to you. On Discord, another one you guys can download, go on Discord. We have set up basically a huge chat room that has little rooms set off to the side where you can go in and talk Star Wars, steampunk, all things nerdy. And it's just a chat room. I will post on there, and I think it is also on my Facebook page, my Discord handle, as well as Kyle has been epic enough to post up a link to Discord. It's much like it's a chat room, basically what it is. It's a huge chat room. Keep in mind, I am not techno savvy. I'm a kid of the 70s and the 80s. But it is an epically cool place where you can come in. There's a place where you can do video chat, where the videos will go up. We can sit there and talk video, as well as having our headsets on. We can talk and still be able to work on things as we hang out and bond here in the pandemic. Update on the hot zone that is New Orleans. Same stuff, different day. It is spreading. I'm not going to go into... I made a decision last night, y'all. I'm not going to give numbers. If anybody wants numbers, you can find those online. I've stopped following the mainstream media. I go on Facebook, I check on my people, and then I get off and I go do leather work. We were just put under a lockdown officially for the state as of 5 o'clock tomorrow. No unnecessary moving around except to go to grocery stores, the hospital, that sort of thing. But they want everybody locked down, basically a stay in your house order. So as it's been past couple days, shit getting real. So, but I can't. I'm not gonna go digging off into stuff and bring myself down, bring you guys down. It's there. We know it's there. Stay safe about it. Yes, Tiff, it's statewide now, and it goes officially into effect at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Like I said, we all know what's coming, y'all. So, no point in harping on it. Let's talk about cool stuff. Dead hookers! And other things. And talk about props and costuming and leather and hanging out and all that kind of stuff. So, got some ideas for new shows coming down the pike with Discord. What we might end up doing is I might do an 18 and up gathering there in Discord, and we'll do a memories and stories on the road kind of thing we used to do at the conventions. That's an idea that has popped up in my head that I've thought about doing. Bring your favorite alcohol, let's sit back, let's talk and tell stories about road dogging and the stuff that's happened over the years here. So guys, that's going to close it out for today. Remember, y'all, boost the signal for me. Boost the signal. They can't stop the signal. That is one of the best things you guys can do for us, is boost that signal. Let everybody out there know about it. There are donation tabs on there for Venmo and all the other ones that we have on there. If you want to support the channel and help us out that way, much appreciated. What's up, Aunt Connie? Much love and respect to the family out there in Texas, to our Fox family holding down the Fox Family Ranch, which you'll hear us talk about. Epic, epic place. Follow us. Give a thumbs up on our videos. Guys, anything that you guys can do, and you guys have heard me say this for 10 years now in the steampunk world and the con world. You guys are the power. You're the voice. The way you can help me out is get that voice out there. Smash those like buttons. We're going to be posting, Gabrielle will be posting links to the channel on here. My brother Kyle will help me out with that. Pretty much, I love you. Thank you, brother. So guys, stay safe, stay healthy. If you guys are out there on the front lines, keeping things going, trying to keep people healthy and looking out for those that are sick, watch your backs, y'all. Stay safe. Don't cut any corners. Don't take anything for granted. I want to see every one of you guys on the other side of this, where we can give hugs again, and we can sit down around the bonfire and talk about the apocalypse of 2012. Yep, there's Evie right there. Evie, in case you guys don't know, is always ghosting my transmissions as my producer. So she's there helping me out, and I couldn't do anything without her. That is my soulmate and my other half, and the person who makes me whole. So, are you going to be on Seb's next video? Not sure, maybe. But we're trying to support each other. We've also got a podcast that I'm doing with Kyle, Cannon, Hewitt, that we'll post links up for. We're talking about in the next, probably about week, we're going to do a podcast completely and totally in character in the apocalypse, from crew to carnage, and do a little story time podcast from the apocalypse, kind of that last night. So yeah, if you guys get a chance, Father Sebastian is up online doing live and podcast as well. Go out, check everybody out, show support in the community, smash their like buttons, talk about them, boost the signal, y'all, boost the signal. So guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go put some yummy in my tummy because I'm a little bit hungry. We did supply drops to the Salmonator today. She is doing fine. She is locked down at UNO, playing the video games, and she is doing good. So that's an update on the fam that we have here in the hot zone. So guys, as always, much respect, much love to all of my fam out there in the digital verse. Honor, loyalty, and respect. I love you all very much. Peace, love. See you guys tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. We're going to try and crank it out at 2 o'clock. If that changes, I'll post it up on Facebook for you guys. And I need to shave. We're starting to get a little scraggly there here in the apocalypse. So, guys, peace out. See you guys on the flip side. Much love.